Hello my friends and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. It's time for some in-depth JAX guide for the new champion changes that he got. He got a full blown out rework, so here we are, giving you every single bit of information you need about this champion, showcasing you the most important combos and everything you need to know about JAX, showcasing you multiple builds and everything there is to know. So let's start with just JAX as a champion, okay? First, let's read the abilities. Relentless Assault. Attacks against champions and minions grant 5% attack speed, which is scaling per level, for 3 seconds, maximum of 5 stacks. Your first ability is called Leap Strike. Leaps to a target, dealing physical damage, scales with your AD, and as you skill it, you lower the cooldown of the ability and the damage increases. So let me showcase this ability to you. You do a little hop, like a little Mario hop. Now onwards to your second ability, Empower. Empowers the next attack or Leap Strike to deal an additional 55 magic damage, scales with AP, and deals bonus damage to monsters. If you skill it, the cooldown goes down and the damage goes up. So if you do it like this, it instantly does the damage. However, what you can do in a combo, you can jump on the enemy, auto attack, and then second ability for another auto attack reset. That way you get more damage out of the entire thing. If you need some more burst damage, you'll obviously still go with the second ability before you cast the Leap Strike. Counter Strike. Enters a defensive stance that lasts up to 2 seconds, dodging all incoming attacks and taking 25% reduced AoE damage from champions. After this duration, nearby enemies are stunned for 1 second and take 35 magic damage, which is scaling with AP, plus the enemy's maximum HP. Each attack dodged increases this damage by 20% up to 100%. You can recast this ability to end the defensive stance early, and you damage enemies immediately. You skill this ability, you gain cooldown reduction on it, the coast goes higher, but the base damage also goes higher. So this ability is this one. You walk around with the helicopter, and then you cast this ability. Okay, now for your ultimate ability. It's a bit much text, but bear with me. Grandmaster at Arms. It has a passive and an active effect. So what's the passive effect? Deals an additional 60 magic damage scaling with AP with every 3 consecutive attacks he launched within 3 seconds. Now for the active part. You swing your stave, dealing magic damage, also scaling with AP to nearby enemies and gaining armor and magic resist based on the number of champions hit. If you hit a champion, you gain 30 armor. This is a flat number that scales with bonus AD. And you gain 80 magic resist, which is also a flat amount, plus your bonus AD. If it's more than 1 champion, you gain armor, like additional armor and magic resist per champion hit, but obviously the value is going to be lower per target hit. As it seems on this page here, if you hit 3 people, you basically get double the value of if you just hit 1 person. You get this for 8 seconds, and during this time, your size increases by 10%, and deals additional magic damage with every 2 attacks instead. And it has a bonus monster modifier. You skill this up, the base damage goes up of both spells, armor, magic resistance goes up, and obviously also the bonus stats go up. So what does it look like? So first off, let's showcase the first passive. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. You see? Very nice showcase. Okay. So what's another thing that's very important for JAX? Okay, first up, as I said earlier, you jump onto the enemy, auto attack second ability. Big combo. Alternatively, if you want to go for a cheeky play, what you most of the time also do, you precast this, jump close, and do everything at the same time. Ideally, obviously, if you put this on 0 cooldown, you have this casting, you jump in, and you pop everything at the same time. So if possible, always try to utilize your second ability as an auto attack reset. You see here. And as you jump in, which is very important, let's take a look at the defensives we have right now. Let's give ourselves some level, so we see all the stats. Okay. Currently we have 95 armor. 165, 103. So let's lose the ultimate. 95, 61. Now, keep that in mind. Let's put down 2 more dummies. Now cast my ultimate on 0 cooldown. 215 armor and 133 magic resist. I have no items. Keep them in mind, I have no items at all. So we can go even further. Now we place 5. There are 5 dummies here. Look at our resistances, 95, 61. 265, 163, and we have nothing. We have nothing in terms of items. Okay, so let's buy a few items, okay? Shall we? We buy this. I need to actually go into the base. Let's just buy a few items here. Anything else we want to buy? Let's just buy a random bunch of items. Okay. Currently we have 353 AD, 130 armor, 61 MR. Let's press R. 469, 264. We are literally gods right now the moment we press this button. And we can go even further. We can go even further. We can make it even worse. Because first, 190, okay. 673, 413. How are you supposed to die? You simply don't. You simply do not die. But now let's talk about a few items on JAX. I think I've covered most of the important things. I'll repeat it again. Your first ability combos very well with your second ability. Your third ability can be flashed in. Your ultimate ability can also be flashed in. It's a little bit more difficult, you see, but you can flash it in. So you have this combo, which means you cast your ultimate. So take a good look. I press ultimate and insta flash upwards. You see? Very important. Because that way you can run at the enemy team and then full combo them. That is a lot of damage. But yeah, just keep in mind, use your auto-tech resets, learn about how your champion functions, max your second ability the earliest. For laning phase on JAX, you start with your third ability. So let me reset my level quickly. That's my reset level, okay. You start with your third ability into most matchups because it allows you to approach wave, and if the enemy tries to go for a minion, you walk at them menacingly with this, you give them one auto attack and you walk away. Or you sometimes don't even give them auto attack and you just walk away. You can pre-stack your grasp and walk at the enemy if they go for CS, pop this, walk away. Now, as the game goes on, for laning, you do auto attack W for a quick trade. However, level 2, sometimes you can even make the argument to scale your first ability because you can go for a cheeky little trait. And once you're level 3, things are very, very sketchy for most enemies because you're suddenly very abusive. You have your third ability, and let's place an allied little dummy somewhere. Here. You can go for trades. You can extend the trade, and then you can jump away. On level 5, most people need to be really, really scared. Because you have so much CC, tankiness, and damage. Because don't forget, your ultimate has a damage component that is active and passive, and a steroid as you cast it, as you deal more DPS. You have an auto-attack reset, you dodge all auto-attacks, and you have an attack speed steroid that, well, scales with level as you see. And suddenly you gain nearly 100% bonus attack speed from just your passive alone, so... Like, I don't have items. Look how fast my champion attacks without even items when I'm fully stacked. So now, let's talk about items for a second. Items. For the top lane, you will always start with the Ruby Crystal. In this current meta, it's just the most powerful thing to do to rush either Steel Caps or, where are the other boots? Mercury Treads. Because these make laning so much more difficult for the enemy champion, because take a look at them. These boosts have one certain thing on them. It's called health regen. They have health and health regen plus resistance, movement speed, and damage reduction. Now, if we take a look at the rune tab, we have second wind in our runes. This rune provides you with base healing and enhanced healing when you get hit. For other runes, you can debate going grass because it features a very nice trading pattern. Makes your lane even more powerful because it's the most powerful laning rune for you. You have brutal, adding even more power to your laning. Giant Slayer as it scales beautifully, Bloodline to make sure you have extra sustain because Bloodline is both physical and magical vamp, and if you take a good look what you're doing, Your kit has both damage types, be it physical or magical, and therefore this Omnivamp will be very powerful. So for most of the times, we just go with the generic defensive boots here. We have plate steel caps, making us very tanky. Then for our first item, in most instances in the top lane, we'll go for Divine Sundra because it makes us immortal. We have such an easy way of utilizing our second ability on cooldown, because take a look, we only have Boots and Divine Sundra, and our second ability only has a 2.4 second cooldown, as it's the first ability we max. So every second ability, we gain a Divine Sundra effect, and we also have other spells to proc it, by the way. So we gain even more sustain, making it even more impossible for the enemy to kill us. To make it even worse for the enemy, we can look into a Rift Maker afterwards. This item here. Because, again, it provides us with double vamp, like Omnivamp, and it adds even more damage. Since we have high physical and super high magical damage share, it makes even more damage, plus it sustains us beautifully well with the damage we deal. Now, afterwards, what you can do, this is obviously optional, you can go for Shojin. Shojin will lower your cooldowns. I probably, you know... And that way, you're even more powerful and even faster. And while being so fast, it's obviously such an advantage for you that you can just chase down anyone. Afterwards, you can debate items like, for example, Twin Guard, to be even tankier, because again, take a look at right now 190, 121. So I'll just look at the resistances as it stacks up. It's going to be 256 and 163. Now I press ultimate. 459, 285, you don't die, you don't take damage. And you win most of the time anyway. Later on, you can even debate going items such as Starrick's Gauge, granting you a Quicksilver effect because it will remove your crowd control effects when Starrick's Fury is procced. And it grants you even more damage, which will empower your ultimate, and obviously all your other things that you do. But now, with the AD JAX out of the way, let's talk about AP JAX for a second, okay? AP JAX. So, this is a little bit more of uncharted territory. Some people believe it's better to start with the Trinity Force on AP JAX, which is a decent choice, honestly. However, if you are a greedy little piglet like I am, you can start with a dagger into Nash's Tooth. Nash's Tooth as an item is very powerful on AP JAX, because look at the synergistic things we have, okay? Every third attack or second attack with our ultimate grants us 70% of our AP as bonus magic damage on hit. Now, with Nash's Tooth, we add another 25 on top, plus base stats of the item, like Gnaw, plus 15. So that alone is already a lot of damage. Okay, now let's continue. As we skip our boots and go for a full item first, we then can go for boots on mana. Now comes the tricky part. Because in the rune department, we would have sudden impact, as you see in the build I selected for you. You have a lot of extra damage, like a lot of extra damage. With that, you're going to absolutely obliterate people. Because now it gets even better. Because as our next item, we have again Riftmaker, providing us with the sustain. Then we go for Rabadon. And then to make it even more insane, we go for Lichbane. And then, as our last item, we can go for Awakened Soul Stealer, we can go for Infinity Orb, we can go for whatever we need. But I will just go with Infinity Orb, with Awakened Soul Stealer, or Crown. So, and obviously you'll run Stasis. So, what is the idea behind this? So, I will show you, I have 660 AP. Let us leave the place here for a second, okay? And let me show you the power of this. So, like, do you see the damage of every single proc? Like, I'm just auto-attacking and using my second ability. I'm not using anything else. Do you see the DPS of my build? Do you see this? And now, let me quickly show you how much damage I do in a full combo. So I start my dis. And this is almost instantly. So I pop this. Whoops. Whoopsie. No vision gap. And before they go out of the stun, you deal like 4.5k damage and your Riftmaker isn't even stacked. And this is a 100 armor and magic resist dummy. And not only this, there's another very interesting thing. Because don't forget, I do not have SMITE. I do not have SMITE, okay? So I should not be able to do this, right? I don't even have my passive stacked because it doesn't work on monsters. I'm a top lane JAX, by the way. I'm a top lane JAX. Killing Baron Nashor on my own without SMITE. If you have SMITE, this is so much easier. So much easier. So yeah. That is absolutely insane. And not only this, I will add another video about just JAX in general. I played another different build into a very specific game, and we'll hop into that game right now. Okay, as promised, we load into the video. Here you see the frames, challenger elo, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Let's start with the gameplay, and let's move over instantly. We start with the jungle, we'll place our control ward here. I'll just skip the boring parts. Start with our second ability, should probably still be the highest damage for monsters. Jungle clear is relatively slow. I'll just skip through these parts here. I think I'll do another jungle short about this, just to make it easier for you. But yeah, it's really, really slow. I need to definitely go into this again and see how I can optimize this. I did not even optimize this in the slightest, so yeah, we are giga slow. But yeah, for the selection you see some very interesting items, and here we see Talon getting absolutely ahead in the early game probably, but my Gragas is an absolute giga smurf. So I see that the Talon already transitioned side, so I just recall and it's completely okay. I'll pick up my Sheen as my first item. Didn't do my pre-build, obviously, you know how it goes. And for whatever reason, they're doing some sketchy stuff here, so I'm forced to walk mid lane or towards mid lane just in case something happens. Oh, there's a Talon here. Hello, friend, and you will die. And we get the free kill because the little guy was a little bit too greedy. But we know this wave was coming in under the tower, so we had to go there. Meanwhile, this is happening down there as well. I'm just like, huh? Are they really continue? Like what? I'm just so confused because like, okay, you continue this, I'll just take my free kill. Thank you very much. Now I help my top lane, I push out the wave, try to not yoink his CS. Well, I yoinked his CS because he dashed in and I did too much damage, unfortunately. And now we go back to jungle clearing. So, I honestly thought the Shen would just back off. I could have gone there instantly, but as he continued making this play, we just get something for free. However, on the other side, as we just got something for absolutely free, our teammates are having some interesting issues of, you know, just making a little bit of an oopsie. Talon is walking close here. We play with Lethal Tempo this one. I don't think it's the best choice. I think for jungle, Phase Rush is just better. For the cooldown refund and for being a zoomer. But yeah. How does my mid laner die there? That's crazy. But yeah, we tempo reset for a full item. We have a full 24s in base. So we just go home and we come back. Now we are absolutely mega strong. And we should be able to play anything we want. In case you're asking yourself, why not Boots Rush? Because in many games, JAX just wants to have defensive boots. And it feels so bad to rush defensive boots on this champion because it completely handicaps your farming capabilities in the jungle. So you rather just go for a complete 24s or something else and then afterwards go for your boots. Ooh, a fight happening here. We approach from an angle. We hide behind vision. So we do not want to be visible to the enemy team. Now we walk up and there's another ward. Come on, man. We abuse this. We walk close. We get the stun here, but the Geyser just immediately gets away. We get all the ultimates for free, which means it's very soon angle for the objective. We stay here just hovering just in case something happens. Ideally, we would have done our blue buff by now. Our Katarina is bleeding resources left and right. And we really want to play that Herald. We really want to transition towards the Herald and get that one done, so we just jump over here. Half clear this wave, hoping Katarina picks it up and comes over faster. Talon comes around the corner, we pop our third ability. We pop our ult as well and flash out. Sadly, we don't have any backup yet. Okay, we need to play it really slow now. I need to go back. I completely forgot about the plant here. I was thinking about something else, but now I picked up the plant. The enemy bot lane is already here, and this is going to be an absolute shit show. I secure this little crab to get some healing, and my Yasuo is fighting that one off. It's a complete shit show. We approach again from another angle, from below, because it's too dangerous. We pop our third ability, we go close to the Kai'Sa, we get the kill on the Kai'Sa, certainly. Pop the fruit to get some more sustain. The enemy Shen just came in, and we now help our Yasuo trying to survive. And we'll get the free kill on the Shenster, and now we can finally look at the Herald. You see, it's an absolute mad fight here on this Herald. Now, Lucian wasn't even here to participate. He was just like, nah, I don't want to participate. This is all mine. And now we hunt on this Talon and now auto attack, sadly, which means I miss the damage I needed. Now we hunt down the Talon for a second. Now we turn around again because we know he can still jump the wall. He's close. We pop it with the combo of our second ability to smite and we chase them down. The Talon turns and I die to the fadeaway second ability of Ares. Plated steel caps being picked up, it was an absolute massacre. The amount of time we spent with this fight is crazy. And we have to keep in mind, I only have about 40 seconds left for the Herald. So I just walk here, going for the fight, hunting down this poor Shen, and I pop the Herald as well. Would have been better to pop it mid lane. But yeah, we just do what we have to do. It's okay. As long as we at least get full plating value, I will not complain. My team is having some interesting ideas about this dragon, and I'm like, okay, this one is completely over, I will just not participate. Because there's too many people up there, so I'll just go into the enemy jungle to try and take away something. Because think about this, yeah? The enemy team is already taking something away, so I have to take something in turn or the enemy gets ahead for free. So to deny this getting ahead for free, like the objective here, I just take away the enemy jungle, as I'm also expecting that the enemy might take my jungle. The fight is extending, however, so I can approach the fight from the back, completely transitioning between towers, and get the flanking angle. My team is doing wonderfully well, and I'm hunting down the Kai'Sa, and now the Kassadin comes around the corner, and he flashes over the wall. Sadly, I don't hit the flash onto the Kai'Sa, and she just walks away and flashes away as well. So many options here, and now we have the Kai'Sa running away, but not today. Oh, and she's gone. You see, it's an absolute deathmatch, left and right, and it just doesn't stop. Bonk, free money, and now the Kassadin runs it down. He gets a kill though, but will it be worth it for the Kai'Sa win? I don't believe so. We take those. Now Lucian is in the enemy jungle, which I do not want to go for. However, he does something very nicely. He doesn't go for the buff, but he just places a ward there. So we know what Talon is up to. But Talon is already in my bottom side, completely giving up his top side because he thought I would take it. However, I thought it was too risky after how much time that has been spent, and I think Channeled is also available again. Gragas tries to protect my red buff, but it's not possible. So you see there's a lot of movements on the map happening constantly. And Talon is with 1 HP, no way. I'll just go base for my full item. And once I have my full item, we're going for another play. I have my fully completed Riftmaker. I try to hop on a minion here to just make my transitioning on the map a little bit faster. And now we can play for the enemy red buff since we have the timer. Talon is still dead. We pop the sweeper, walking in early, knowing if there's any vision of the enemy team. Nothing is here, and we can just hop over and start stealing away this nice objective. Quickly taking it away, jump onto the Kai'Sa, and this Kai'Sa will be absolutely one-shot. But look at the shielding! Excuse me? Now Mr. Talon comes around the corner. And we have to bounce. Like, this healing and shielding, come on, man. That is a tiny bit too much. Talon looking for the angle here. Now we just move together. Talon being spotted. I hop the plant, but Talon should certainly escape to the other side of the map. There's just no point in chasing a Talon. But there's an enemy blue buff spawning, and you already know where we're going. Please, team, come. We want to say hello to the enemy buff here. Where's this guy? Oh, we found him. Unfortunately, he did scuttle before. So we have to sadly give this one up. I really want to. Bonk, mine, and now we run away. Pop the ult for resistances early, hunt down the Kai'Sa as she gets too close. Going onto the Talon, he jumps away though, but we now go onto the Kai'Sa, and this Kai'Sa will fall. Look at the DPS, but the Kassadin damage. Yeah, good champion, by the way. Good champion, by the way. Needs to scale, certainly. Ooh, what a nice combo here, but the Shen ultimate comes in. My Elgato breaks, no! It's always the same. It's always the same with my Elgato, you know? Just can't have nice things, you know? Always the same. Always pain. Next dragon spawned in 35 seconds. We'll pick up some jungle here. Is it, by the way, is it so hot in your places too? It's unbearable in Germany. It's like 31 degrees, but it's like, there's no wind. It's like a death trap here. Next thing, like somebody from the MENA region is like, yeah, it's like 44 degrees there. Like, I'm like, yeah, I would die. I'm already dying at like 26. Give me a break. Oh, my bad, it was Nashor. But we can just rush to Nashor. We see Talon on the map, and it's time to kill Baron Nashor. Yasuo is tanking, I don't have the debuff, so this one dies very fast. Imagine we would get the attack speed back in jungle on JAX. That would be so crazy. And honestly, this champion needs to be nerfed. It's way too OP. It's way too broken. And since we already got the first dragon, we might as well pick up the second one. And if we get to a point where I get Ocean Soul, it's broken for my champion. It's broken for any tank champion. Like, if you invest into tanky stats, Ocean Soul is insane. Let's say you have a 5k HP Garen or 5k HP whatever with Heartsteel Titanic. Ocean Soul will make you so much tankier because it's one of the only souls that actually scales nowadays. It scales well. Talon's trying to proxy the wave. I stop him from doing so. I need to just make sure to safeguard my wave into the enemy base so I threaten the enemy for potential plays. But now I know the Talon is a sneaky little goblin. He probably tries to do something funny, you know, so we just hunt him down. Use our E, jump onto the plant because we can follow him through the fog of war thanks to this, and we hunt him down. Shadow Ultimate comes in 1 HP, come on man. We turn to the blue buff for more healing because we couldn't hit him in the safe zone. Because you can't auto attack him in that zone. So we just hit the blue buff to have our Rift Maker heal us. Sometimes it's just the little things you have to do in order to survive, and we go for a full magic resist build this game. Like, we have played the steel caps and the rest is just magic damage. Okay, lads, we go full tank. Soraka being spotted here. Kassadin jumping. And Kassadin one-shotting me again, bro. This champion. And this is one of the differences between the old JAX and the new JAX. The old JAX would just press ult immediately because you don't have to hit anyone. And with the new JAX, it's like, you kinda have to, you know? If you don't hit anyone with the ult, you don't get your resistances, and then it's just over for you. And now Talon does Talon things, says hello to my little friend, and they nearly actually die. Look at that. Like, we can still lose because Kassadin is a very funny champion. Okay, let's skip that one, because it's a little bit too boring for the audience, I believe. Back to jungle clearing. Have full control. We sadly can't invade as of right now. The enemy team is too fast. They have double global with Rockgold and with Shen. You could argue that I should have bought one anti-healing item, like the tier 2 one, because it would make Soraka a lot less impactful. One can also argue that somebody should buy anti-shielding because the enemy team has a decent amount of shielding with Shen and Kai'Sa. But we still await the enemy blue buff, ping somebody bot lane to prep the wave there. He should be fine. We saw Talon a brief moment ago. Just needs to be mindful about the Kassadin rotation. And we play for the next Nashor. We have full control of the bottom side jungle. With full control over the bottom side jungle, we can now finally soon pressure the next Nashor spawn. Once we get the Nashor, the game is absolutely sealed. So we take mid lane priority, very important, so we can't just possibly randomly lose. And we just go for Nashor. Katarina goes for, okay. And now we have to trap. Oh, the Talon was sadly too smart. He apparently had vision in there. Or just guessed. He just wanted to test if somebody's waiting in the brush. Talon looks for another angle, we flash onto him. Soraka silence is so annoying. He was dead, bro. But Soraka says, nope, you're silenced, you can't use ult, you can't use anything else. Get on, noob. Oh, I lose vision, so my third ability doesn't connect. I'm just staying at Nasher. We see Talon on the map, Gragas is safeguarding the entrances, and Gragas just plays for time now. All he has to do is deny the Talon entry, and we're all happy. And even if he dies for it, it's okay. He does die. I don't think it was necessary to die for it, but it's okay. We get Nasher for free, and my Lucian needs to be really careful, because Talon can at all times one-shot him. We will use the downtime of Gragas' death to quickly farm camps, get our item spike, and once we get our item spike, we then can play for Elder, because we already have 2 inhibitors down. We can try to take the mid lane inhibitor, but it's not the biggest thing we need right now. But yeah, alternatively, you could also argue I should go for Stasis or Stoneplate this game. Stoneplate actually might not be a really bad idea, because I can jump in, pop my ultimate, hit them, and then use my Stoneplate as my ultimate resistances wear off. Or I just use Stasis and wait for my next third ability cooldown. Because if you think about this, yeah, if I can mitigate so much damage with the third ability, then I have the stun duration, then have some damage, then some DPS window, then I use my Stasis, and then I have my third ability again as I spawn. It's very nice. Soraka, first ability, really annoying. Stacking up our passive, looking for a potential angle here. And yeah, we have sadly no other option but to play for this Elder Dragon. Soraka walks up too fast. No way. They just... Oh, this is... Guys. This is what I mean by the most important macro decision. Because look what we're just doing. Look. And I'll tell you exactly why, okay? Okay, let me open up my epic pen. Because it's very, very important. Come on. Okay. You see, this is spawning. There's a wave walking in. If your team contests this, as this wave walks through, we will just end. It's just over. So, whatever team needs to do at these times, they need to clear this mid wave, or any wave that is approaching this, because even if you get this as it spawns, the game will be over because this wave will walk through, I will walk through, and the game will end. So as you see, we spot the Talon in the jungle, we spot the Kassadin, we spot the Soraka alone and the Kai'Sa, so we just kill this. I quickly turn around just in case, thinking they would turn around as well, thinking it would matter. Okay, now I turn around again, and I just walk towards the end, you see, pop my third ability, I didn't even have to, I could have even kept it, and I just end the game. And this is why mid lane priority is so important as the game goes on, because you can simply end ignoring the objective because you don't need it anymore. And that's it. That's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and come back for more RiftGuides content. See you soon, guys.